Peter Boyle was in a lot of pirate-based films. I think this is the third pirate film I've watched because Peter Boyle was in it. And the other two, Yellowbeard and Swashbucklers, I believe, were quite good. Unfortunately, that's not quite the case with Ghost in the Noonday Sun. And it is unfortunate because it sounded really interesting, but I just found it to be mostly boring. There were some positive aspects, which I will praise, but in general, it wasn't a great experience. Ghost in the Noonday Sun was released in 1974. It's directed by Peter Medak, Spike Milligan, and Peter Sellers, written by Evan Jones and Ernest Tidyman, based on the novel by Albert Sidney Fleischman. I haven't read the novel. If you've read it and have any thoughts on how it compares, please feel free to share. And we have a cast including Peter Sellers, Spike Milligan, of course we have Peter Boyle, and various others. And the performances across the board are very good. The performances were quite engaging, which really helped because the narrative itself really didn't meet my expectations. I'll read the description from IMDb. In fact, no, I'll read the description from Letterboxd, as this is what I had going into it. Letterboxd says, a pirate crewman kills his captain after learning where he has hidden his buried treasure. However, as he begins to lose his memory, he relies more and more on the ghost of the man he just murdered to help him find the loot. That sounded really fun. And when I learned that this was supposed to be a slapstick, a parody, I thought this is going to be really great. And it didn't deliver. The narrative was really, really boring. The comedy was okay. It wasn't as funny as I wanted it to be, but it's not that it was completely dry. There were comedic moments, so I don't mind that too much, but I definitely think it could have been funnier. But we had some really strong performances. We had some fun costumes. The ships look really fun. The camera works fine. The music is brilliant. And in general, there were enough positive elements that I thought it was a watchable experience. I'd say maybe just slightly more than watchable, but it sounded like it was going to be really thrilling, and it just really didn't deliver. It wasn't fun, it wasn't exciting, it was a little funny, but other than that, Ghost in the Noonday Sun just was not as good as what I'd hoped it would be. Do I recommend it? Only if you're really, really curious, or if, like me, you want to watch it for somebody in the cast, because, as I said, it's a little more than watchable. It's not a terrible experience, but I think it could have been so much better. So, a decent idea, not very well executed, but by no means the worst. It's a little funny, strong performances, fun music and costumes, visually not a bad film at all. It could have been a better experience, but ultimately, Ghost in the Noonday Sun was okay. And if you have a specific reason to watch it, then I guess I'm happy to recommend it.